Welcome back. I don't know.
What did you do this?
I'm copying
well,
you.
I didn't do this. Welcome back to the show.
Oh my gosh.
We literally have the worst intros.
Yeah, we do. I can't find anything that feels good and consistent for me, so I just kind of do whatever comes to me, and it's just not a good. I need to turn my volume down. I already.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry.
Got it. Got it. So, welcome to our show. Happy Tuesday.
Or Thursday if you're Sadie.
If you're Sadie, it's Thursday. If you're anyone else, it's Tuesday.
She thought it was Thursday in our meeting this morning. She's like, I just saw this email, and I was like, this is our every Tuesday.
We have one every Tuesday. She's like, it's
Love
not
it.
Thursday?
Cracks me up. Oh my gosh.
How are you guys doing today? Drop us a comment. Let us know where you're visiting from. I'm super excited for this project. Actually, this project has been one we've had done for
a hot minute.
Months.
Yeah, it's been done and like
Since before summer started.
I think you just finished it early because like I don't think we rescheduled it. I think you just got it done and then we were like, okay, on to the next thing. But it's so cute.
Yes.
So cute.
And we're going to be learning how to use our Cricut to cut bonded felt. If you've never cut felt before, this is going to be one that you can cut with your Explore series or with a Maker series. So because we are going to be bonding the felt first, so we don't have to use a rotary blade for this. And then I'm going to be teaching you a very easy, it's kind of more like an embroidery detail.
Yeah.
Like it's not really even something that you have to do. Like if you're not comfortable with it, like
it's cute without the embroidery part to it, but it's like up a notch with the embroidery.
oh, like takes it from here to here kind of thing.
Yeah, it's still really cute though.
Yeah, so I'm going to be teaching you how to bond your felt to cut it. A little quick tip on how to save your mats from felt.
Love this tip for any fabric that like leather. We've done it with leather. Felt in particular though is and terry cloth.
Yes.
With our Stony Clover letters.
Yes. And then also I'm going to be showing you what to do, because if you've ever embroidered before, you know that embroidering on like t-shirt material, 100% cotton, and or not a canvas or thick material can be tough. So I'm gonna be showing you how to add a backer to your material so that you can easily embroider on t-shirts and things like that. So super excited about that. Also, while doing my research and getting prepped and like, I guess, recognize, like getting ready for this, refreshing myself on this project.
Yeah.
Which you guys know, like we are research queens here in the office. Like research.
We can't even control ourselves.
Makes my heart happy.
Yeah.
I did not know that Cricut, because we don't have one in this office.
No, we do not.
Do not have one. And it is a marketing ploy. It is very good marketing on Cricut's part.
Yeah.
It is
honestly,
very
in
good
my
marketing.
brain, I'm like, you have persuaded me. Well, just tell them what it is.
Okay.
So they can know.
Cricut has a bonded fabric blade.
Okay.
Let that sink in. A bonded fabric blade. And when you look on their website, do you want to know what the only difference is?
Tell us.
It's pink. To match your pink
fabric
mat. It is literally a fine point 45-degree angle blade that's pink. That matches your pink fabric grip mat.
But now, if you're a sewer, then I know that you have your special sewing scissors no one's allowed to touch, and I think that's the concept that they're going off of.
100% the concept. I don't know what the price point is. Is there a difference in price point? So listen, we have fabric scissors. Like that is if you are, which I know all of you all are crafters, that is like the big, like, you don't do that. You don't use your paper scissors to cut fabric. You don't use your fabric scissors to cut paper. Like,
it's the rule.
They're separate.
It's the rule.
It is the cardinal rule. Like, you don't do that. So I mean, I 100% get where it's coming from.
I'm trying to find, it's $34.99 to get a bonded fabric blade and housing. What about
housing? It's the same housing as your fine point blade.
Not according to Cricut.
Okay. Well, if anybody here has or have used a bonded fabric blade, AKA a pink fine point blade, please let me know, because I would like to know. I don't see that, doesn't look different, so I don't think there would be a different housing.
I mean, I can put a piece of colored strip around my fine point blade, like, and have 2 fine point blades.
Yeah. So basically what it said, the research I did, it said that the bonded fabric blade is pink to match your pink fabric grip mat so that you do not get them confused.
I mean, it's a little bit more aesthetically pleasing.
Maybe. So Lindsay asked, what is the new I don't know that it's specifically new. It is, I just recently noticed it on their website. We don't have one. It's not really, it's literally, it is a fine point blade. It's not a true like fabric blade. It is just a fine point blade for bonded felt. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting heat and bond on felt so that you can cut it with an Explore series.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, that is a great, Diana said that's a great advertising ploy.
It really is.
It really is. So if you are new to our channel, we are a craft education company where we bring you thousands of cut files and education and motivation and help you really get your Cricut out and starting to work with that and use it. The sale that we have going on now, if you have not jumped on to or jumped into our community and you want to join our community, we are currently, I think tomorrow is our last day for the half off 1 month membership. So you can either be a yearly member or a monthly member. And really at the beginning of this month, we decided that we didn't think that we should have a huge difference. There is still a difference between monthly and yearly.
There are some perks with the yearly
membership.
There
are still perks. Yeah. Yearly membership, you still get a really, really good discount, and you get a ticket to our yearly member summit, which will be October 1st.
Yes.
And that will be for our yearly members. But if you are still not sure if you want to go yearly, you get all of the perks of a yearly except for those 2. You can join us now, check us out, see what we're about for $10. Remember, today and tomorrow are the last 2 days to get the half off your first month for monthly membership, and then it will be $19.99 after that. Sharon just said, I just signed up for Maker's Gonna Sublimate today.
Oh,
welcome,
that's
Sharon.
fun.
Yay.
Yeah, we love sublimation.
Kathy says, I can't wait for the new cut files on Thursday. Me either. Our cut files for September are
so cute. And if you guys didn't know, we release around 1,000 cut files every first Thursday of every month. So this Thursday is coming up. We're going to be releasing all new cut files. We have new fonts that come out as well. So that's every month. So if you guys sign up today, if you're not a member already, if you sign up today, you're going to have access to all of that. And most of it is you can use commercial licensing for. So you can make and sell anything, any crafts that you decide to make. You can use our files that we have and sell it, which I think is really cool.
Absolutely. Now, there is something new, I think it's semi-new on our website.
It is.
There are some files that are for personal use only. So we just want to put that out there. If you see, if you're on our website, if you are a member and you see that, like some of the files that are more so like copyright could be considered copyright infringement. So like we have some friends files, some other files that are of shows and things like that. So those are going to be for personal use only. But the good thing about our website is there is a big sticker on the corner for you guys to tell the difference.
Yes, and we have like eons more that you can use than that you couldn't use. I mean, there's probably like a list of 10.
I mean, when I say it's a very short list of files that are personal use, and we come out with 1,000 new cut files a month.
Yeah, which is crazy.
1,000 new cut files a month.
So we got a package in the mail before. Do we want to open it now? Or
yes, I can't wait.
Okay, we got these packages, and I'm pretty sure Patrick from Caesar sent them to us.
Shout out to Patrick.
Patrick, if he's here, he might be here today. I don't know. Normally he'll pop in. So we got these. We started to open them. Tanner was like, don't.
You can't open them.
He was like, don't open them. But they have our name on it and this cute look. And I honestly, Sadie set it in there, and I was like, wait, there's stuff in there. There's stuff in there.
Also, wait.
I didn't see what it was.
Can I just say how excited I am? Because this is literally the first like PR package I've ever received.
We haven't gotten any packages before. We're like new
I feel
here.
like I'm
We're
a
new.
true YouTuber. I'm truly a YouTuber now because I've got a PR package.
Oh my gosh, I'm very excited. Okay, ready?
So shout out to Patrick from Caesar.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I won't go fast.
I can't get mine.
Okay.
Oh,
This is, there's a card. Is
how
it
sweet.
Let's see. Oh, it's handwritten. I love
it.
I love a handwritten note. Let's see.
Oh.
Oh, this says, thank you for helping to make the world a little more crafty. Stay creative. Your friends, Team Caesar. How sweet.
I love it.
Also, they sent us some more DTV. So if you guys...
this is our color guide.
Is this... Y'all, look at all these colors. OMG.
I think I'm more excited about this color guide right now.
Look at all the colors. And then there's even in here, this is...
What is that?
Look at the holographics.
I was needing those. I need those.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That's what I need.
I didn't even realize that there was this many options. I mean, you can go on their website and see it, but like, this is a lot.
Insane.
We're like ride or dies for Caesar Easy Weed. I don't really buy anything else.
I mean, Caesar Easy Weed or nothing.
Even people that are just getting into crafting, I'm like, just skip Hobby Lobby, just go straight to Caesar.
Easy Weeder.
Oh, nice. Some Caesar tools, and then we've got, I feel like this is Christmas.
Oh my God.
Holy moly. Okay.
Stop. Is this a mood color
I'm throwing
changing
my
one,
box,
or is this just...
but these are all the look at this green, you guys.
Did you get an olive one too?
Yes. Look at that color. I wish you guys could see this in real. I'm trying to...
Purple, olive,
opal.
Look at this one.
Would you just look at
holographic. Would y'all look at that?
Oh.
Would y'all look at that?
Shut the front door. Y'all, also, we just got some like oil slick electrofoil.
Yes.
We haven't used it yet, but it is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Thank you, Patrick.
Yes, thank you.
And everybody at Caesar, that's awesome.
We love it.
I love it. And I'm going to be using all of this probably today because I can't control myself. Here, I'll put it.
Okay.
All right.
I think we're ready to craft.
We're ready. Let's get into it.
Let's get it.
Let's do
Hit
it.
Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Little dance party. Okay. So, y'all, I mean,
So cute.
I love
think
it.
That's so stinking cute.
So let's go overhead, and so you can we can show you guys. So this is what we are going to be making today. Y'all, this is so easy, and you could make these and sell them so quick.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is the kind of like the muted tones. I'm obsessed.
Yeah, it's very, very cute.
I
And
mean,
the colors.
How much would you have paid for one of these for Rubes?
Probably like, I don't know. I don't want to lowball it. Okay, 8.
Okay, let's think. Let's go back to number 1. Let's think. Somebody, if you were not a crafter and you really wanted, you could do custom colors on your felts. You could have someone, because all this is you literally type out a name.
Yeah.
In Cricut.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
that's it.
I would probably spend like $20.
$25.
$20 to $25, yeah.
I think I bought this pack of onesie. It was like a pack of 3 on Amazon for like $10 maybe.
Yeah, very inexpensive to get the onesies.
So these would be a really good turnaround. You can literally, if you all have never tried embroidery, this is a great start for embroidery. Now, let me just say, it is a great stitch. The stitch that I'm going to be showing you guys today. The stitch, so we've got somebody that says 15, someone says 35. I think 25 is a good medium.
Yeah, and it's going to depend on your demographic too.
Yeah, and
because
really,
some people will in your area, unless you're selling on Etsy to like the world.
Yeah.
You know, if you're selling local, you need to see what your people want to spend on it, really.
So this is what I'm getting at is the stitch that I'm going to be teaching you guys today is the basic like main stitch if you've never started embroidery. That is great. However, the fabric is one that you may want to start and try your hand at embroidery on a canvas fabric first but we are going to be adding a stabilizer to this, which helps tremendously. So we're going to get into that. But now here is one. I have it on the hoop. I've just started 2 stitches. So we'll go overhead with this one. Here is one if you didn't want to add the embroidery to it. You could just straight up, and it's still super cute this way.
Like I think so.
You can still do this. Now, you wouldn't be able to charge $25 for this one. This one is probably more of a $15 one.
Right, because the embroidery is what takes so long.
The embroidery is what takes time, and the embroidery is the part that you are going to charge the most for.
Yeah.
So if you added the extra embroidery stitch, then you're going to charge more for this one than you would this one. So, I mean, there are 2 different options, but you can get different color of the onesies, do different color felt. This is just the one I was feeling right now. You can always do a different color stitch throughout. You can do one that has more of a pop, and it's not, I just did more of a monotone kind of with this one.
I love those colors.
Listen, I'm obsessed with these colors.
Everyone's prices are so different. We've got a $15 and a $35, and someone paid $20 to $30 for one. So, like I was saying before, if you're selling locally, I think it's good to like pay attention to your demographic and kind of go from there.
Oh, absolutely.
But if you're selling on Etsy, this is not a great, I don't know if this is a great tip, but this is just like a personal tip. I go on Etsy a lot of times and find similar products to whatever I'm making and see what other people are pricing it at. And I feel like that's a good way to kind of get a feel for if you're overpricing or underpricing your products, because you can easily underprice yourself, which I feel like is more often what happens than overpricing.
Yeah.
So that's just something I do to help.
So let's go ahead. Now this is hand embroidery. So if you have an embroidery machine, I just noticed where Diana said I have an embroidery machine. Listen, if you have an embroidery machine, there are so many things you can do with that.
Oh my gosh.
That's one thing I wish I had.
Yes.
I'm more of a hand embroiderer, so this is going to be a hand embroidery detail, which does take more time. So let's go back overhead, and I'm going to show you everything that you're going to need. So obviously we have our onesie. I got this on Amazon. It was a pack of 3. You can do these on t-shirts, really whatever, but we just wanted to do it on the onesie for the babies. Of course, I have my embroidery kit. You do not have to have a kit for this. What you do have to have, however, is your embroidery floss. This color that I'm using is just the Ecru, if that's how you say it, E-C-R-U. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, it's just like this cream color. As far as the gauge needle, I think I'm using a, this is, I think, want to say, I'm not going to tell you what gauge needle this is. Honestly, I have all different gauges, and I'm not going to I don't want to get confused. I have different gauge needles. This is about a mid. It's not a tiny one, but it's not a huge one, because once again, we are going to be using this on like a t-shirt material. And then this to me is an absolute lifesaver when it comes to embroidery. This is a needle threader. Now this is a more of a fancier one. You don't have to have a fancy needle threader. Just a plain needle threader will work. So if you are doing hand embroidery, to me, a needle threader is a must. It cuts down on so much time. We do have our felt. This is Benzie felt. You all know we love Benzie felt around here. This is just a color that we have. What we are going to be doing, we are going to be adding heat and bond. So we don't have it in the pack, but this is what the brand looks like. It's heat and bond. And I'm going to be showing you how to use this and add it to your fabric. That way you can cut this on your Explorer Series Cricut or on a Maker Series Cricut. Yes, you can rewatch this video when you are ready to do this project. This is a live. Once it is live, is my mic dead?
No, it's just muffled.
Oh, it's muffled. Okay, sorry guys. Let's just do this. Let me just go ahead and unattach my mic. Are we overhead? Awesome.
I always forget to take my necklace off whenever we do live. So if you ever hear like a ting, 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 it's like my little necklace.
We're just going to hook it on the outside here.
Perfect.
Is that better?
Perfect.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Good.
Can you hear me now? Good. Okay. It's just going to hook on the outside today. You know, that's just what it's going to be. just
Where
what
did
it's
you
gonna
get
be.
your bee needle threader at, Lauren?
The bee needle threader that I got this at the Hoblob.
The Hoblob.
Hobby Lobby for those. I like to call it the Hoblob. I got this at the Hoblob. It was, they have a line, and I cannot remember the name of that line. It's, not Bee Creative, it's something, anyway.
Something with a bee.
Listen, I tried to find some cutesy needle threaders to link for you guys because I knew you guys would ask me about this. I couldn't find any cutesy ones on Amazon.
Really?
No.
That surprises me.
And I don't think they have the bee one anymore, but I was obsessed with the bee.
Oh.
I'm obsessed with the bees.
Well,
Okay.
Lindsay was asking, can you do this project with no sewing experience at all? And yes.
Absolutely. You can
Yeah.
100% do this project with no sewing experience.
Yeah.
Like, this is super simple, super easy. And I'm not going to stitch the whole thing because, like I said, this does take some time.
Yes.
So please be aware. Like, when I say time, if it's your first time doing it, it may take you an hour. If you're experienced with sewing, it may take you 15 minutes to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
If that. Okay, so let's go back overhead. This is going to be the big thing, and I'm going to take this off so you all can take a screenshot of it. This is going to be important if you are doing this on t-shirt material. This is the Fuse and Tear. It's Tear Away Embroidery Stabilizer. Now, it doesn't have to be this specific brand. However, Sewology. That's it.
That's the brand.
That's the brand. That's the brand of this little guy. Sewology. There you go. This is a must if you are embroidering on t-shirt material, okay? Because t-shirt material, it has a lot of give to it. So what this does is it stabilizes that material so it's not moving and it's not bending. It's not stretching when you embroider it. And so this is going to be very, very important when you're doing this. So, oh, Sherry, coming in hot. The bee threader is $2.49 at Hobby Lobby.
Perfect.
Perfect. Practically perfect.
We've been saying
Listen.
that always.
Practically perfect in every way. I will go on there. The last time I checked, I couldn't find it. So I will go on there and send that over to be added to our description if you guys want the link to that. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Anyway, we'll talk more about this when we get to it. Scissors. These are my fabric scissors, my Trustees fabric scissors. Love them. Our fabric grip mat and a brayer. Now, the secret sauce, if you could grab, I see it over there.
What
you
is
could
it?
grab that for me.
What is it?
You see it in the corner?
What is it?
The transfer tape.
Oh. I was
Sorry.
like, what?
What?
There you go.
This is going to be our secret sauce for keeping our fabric grip mats nice and grippy.
Grippy.
Well, okay, let's go to one. If you guys have ever used felt on a mat, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's like you use it one time.
You
and
can't use it anymore.
You can't use it again.
Yep.
And it really, it makes me so mad. So, what we're going to be doing, because we're going to be adding the heat and bond to this. And I think I've seen some people cut it both ways. I like it best when you cut it with the heat and bond facing up. That is, I just feel like you get cleaner cuts that way.
It's smoother, I think, and that's why
yes.
it cuts better.
Yes, so adding this felt to your fabric grip mat, you're still gonna get like felt pieces when you pull it up. But anyway, so this is going to be our secret sauce when it comes to adding our felt to the mat. So
I've got someone working on the link for that little bee.
ooh,
I'm gonna have them put it in the description so y'all can snag it.
let's get our computer pulled up, and I'm going to show you guys which text or which font we used for this project, and then we will jump into it. So if you all have any questions,
Also, we should mention that Thursday is the first day of our 13 days of Halloween.
I'm so excited.
Yes, we have been, so we're going to do 13 straight days of lives and I almost said organic, but recorded content.
13 straight days.
Yes.
Can you guys, I mean, drop me an emoji if you all are excited for this.
We're pumped. We have been planning and like picking out the cutest little. It's fall and Halloween, so there's a mixture of both. If you're not super into Halloween, or if you're more, not as in the fall, which I don't know who's not in the fall. I mean, what's wrong? Are you okay?
Not only that, like we are, we're doing a lot of like multi-purpose, like a lot of fall and Halloween combined.
Right. And Lauren has one that's so cute, and it's fall on one. It's like a porch sign. It's fall on one side, Halloween on the other, and the Halloween sign. It's so cute. It's so cute. So make sure you guys are tuning in. Most of those will be at 12. For the lives, except for Friday, is going to be at 10. And it may change a little bit, but most of them will be around lunchtime. So make sure your notifications are on. That way, whenever we go live, you can be like, oh, they're going live. I almost forgot. I'm on my lunch break. Let me just watch this really quick.
Yep.
So
of course, let's try this. Okay, let's go over to Design Space real quick. So as you can see, I have the names already here. I have welded them, but we're going to try our little trick. Yes. Okay. Okay. So there is a little trick. If you have a text in your Design Space, if you guys did not know, and you think, I'm like, oh gosh, I have welded this. What am I going to do? I cannot remember what font this is. Literally can't remember. Because I do this so many times. Like
literally all the time.
I thought this was Hayden. I thought this font was Hayden. I was 100% sure this is the Hayden font. Thought I've said it all day.
You said it, yeah.
So what we're gonna do to be able to know what font we used. Now this is on a Mac, so I don't know if you can like right click on a Windows and find it out. I think you can. You can right click on a Windows. If you are on a Mac, what you're going to do is you're going to hold down the Control key and click this, and then this is going to come up. This little box is going to come up. You're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom to Image Info. Y'all, selected font is Lemonade. That is that has saved my life so many times. Let's do that again because I just love it. We're going to hover over our weld result, hit Control, click, or right click if you're on a Mac, scroll down to Image Info, selected font is Lemonade. And now you know what font to use. So now what I can do is I can come over here to text, go to my fonts. Once again, we've talked about it. Cricut did this update. So now you have to go to systems. I cannot stand this update. Anyway, we're not going to talk about it. It's a sore spot. So we're going to type in Lemonade. We're going to type in the first part of it.
Tracy said they downloaded that font yesterday. And I want to say about Lemonade, it's in a yellow on our website. And
okay, so we're going to have to download this. We're going to have to download Lemonade.
Okay. It's really cute. And well, then you guys can see. So like on our website, some of our thumbnails are in yellow, and I never choose those fonts because I'm blind and I can't see. I'm not really actually blind, but like I can't see the yellow as well. And so I just skip over the yellow thumbnail fonts. But like that font is so cute. I just used it. I don't even remember what I put it on there for, but.
So we're just going to type Lemonade if it will pull up.
A lot of people are saying thank you for the hack.
Listen, that hack has saved my life. So if you are a Maker's Gonna Learn member, obviously we have thousands of fonts for you guys. This is just one of the fonts. This is how you are going to download our fonts onto your computer. Once again, this is we use this specific computer is technically called a mini Mac. So this is on a Mac. But I think we do have a video showing you how to download your fonts on a Windows as well. Did you not do one?
I did one.
So you can search
your iPad, for a MacBook, and for a PC.
Yes. So what you're going to do, you don't have to click on this. However, if you want to see what you're going to be doing will look good in this, you can come over here, you can click on it, and let's just type in Ruby. I think I'm gonna, not with a little R, we're gonna do a big R. So cute. Ruby. So I really like that. So guess what? I'm going to download that onto my font book. So I'm going to click the little cloud icon that has the arrow pointing down. It's going to download down here. It is a zip file, so I'm going to click on that. Then I'm going to unzip it, and then it pulls it up here, and I'm going to install my font onto my computer. Now, once it's installed, we're going to go back to Cricut. And this is where we've talked about this hack quite a few times too, but I like to remind you guys what to do, because sometimes we have some new friends in here and they may not have seen it. So what we're going to do, we're going to make sure our project is saved. So we're going to save our project, and then from there, I'm going to make sure this stays on because I still need you on, buddy. We're going to go to View. And we're going to reload. Well, let me show you. So if I go into text right now, I downloaded Lemonade onto my computer, right? But we're going to go to System. It's still not in Design Space. So what you have to do is you have to reload Design Space. So if you go to View, used to we would completely exit out of Design Space and then come back in. But if you just go to View and you hit Reload, what it's going to do, it's going to completely reload Cricut Design Space. And now I can pop in here and grab a text, go to my fonts, go to Systems, type in Lemonade. We're just going to type in lemon first. And bada bing, bada boom, there we have it. That's how easy that is. So easy. So now we're just going to type in Ruby.
Love it.
Now, this is a font that if you do not weld it, it's going to, it will cut out different letters. So we're just going to go ahead and weld this together. You can size it up, size it down. I may size it up just a little bit. We'll see. We'll just leave it like that. That looks like it's pretty good. That way it'll cut out large enough. And then we're just going to weld this together.
Irma had a question about how often do you change the transfer tape and what brand do you use whenever you're putting it on the mat?
So if you are doing the transfer tape on the mat, if you're using felt, 9 times out of 10 you're going to have to change it almost every single time.
Yeah, because it gets
it just gets,
it's fuzzy.
Yeah,
it's very fuzzy.
Yes, very good. So what we're going to do, we're going to click Make It. Actually, I'm going to hide these because I don't need them anymore. So we've got Ruby here. We're going to click Continue. We are doing this on our Maker 3. However, remember you can do this on an Explore series. So we're going to browse all material. We're going to search felt, not that felt. We're going to select our felt craft bonded because we are fixing to bond our fabric. So as you can see, it is a fine point blade. Now, one thing I want to show you guys. Actually, let's go overhead and let's bond our fabric first before we cut it. So what I have here is I just have a piece of Benzie felt. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our heat and bond. So I think it was like 1 inch by 4 inches. So we only have a very small section that we're going to be using. So I'm going to just we're going to cut this off right here.
And that way you're not having to lay an entire piece of felt over the entire transfer paper.
Oh,
you're just laying down the portion that you need to actually cut out, and you can cut the same amount with the heat and bond, so you're not wasting a bunch of that either.
So now I'm just going to cover this piece of felt with this heat and bond, and then I'm just going to cut the amount that I need. And you can trim this heat and bond. So and I'll show you guys, when we get there, I'll show you how you can do this. So we are going to just cut this so that we know it covers it. So now we're done with our heat and bond. Now, what I'm doing is I have my Cricut mini press, it was actually set on 3 for some reason. All you have to do is have this set on 2. I almost use everything at a heat setting of 2.
Me too.
It's very rare that I use a heat setting of 3 with my mini press. The only time that I've ever really remembered having to use a heat setting of 3 is when I do the outdoor mats.
Oh yeah.
That's about the only time.
Yeah, 2 is a good setting, just a good standard setting. It's just like medium.
2 is a very good standard setting. So now you're going to lay your heat and bond this plastic side down, okay? Plastic side down. It's not green yet, but we're gonna go with it.
It's been on.
It's been on.
So, Iris is asking if this will be available for review. Yes, you can come back and watch any of our lives, basically, after they're done. You can come back anytime to our channel and they'll be on there. So.
Yeah. So now we are just fusing this heat and bond material to our felt. So it's got it all covered. And then we're just gonna come in here and we are going to, I'm actually going to cut the excess off, get my fabric scissors back out. We are going to cut this excess off right here on the edge. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this part and I'm going to pull this plastic piece up. Now you can see we have some that was over. That is fine, not a big deal. What we're gonna do is I'm just going to come in here and just trim it off because it did not bond to anything, so it's not sticky. So
can you get Benzie felt on, do you have to get it from their website or can you get it on like Amazon, or where would you recommend?
I think you can get it on Amazon, but you can, I mean, they have a great website and they have literally all of their colors on their website. I don't know that Amazon has like all of their colors. So
no, yeah, and their website has like color bundles.
Yes.
I purchased like a vintage bohemian floral bundle one time, and it was like,
I think this is what this came from.
Oh, you know what? I bet it did, because it was like sage and blush and like all those pretty like boho colors.
Beautiful.
And so they have lots of color options on there.
So now what we're gonna do before I add this to my mat, I'm going to take a piece of our transfer tape, not use my fabric scissors, and I'm going to cut my transfer tape off.
Sherry asked, can you use heat and bond for t-shirts to make a pillow? I'm thinking you're meaning, can you use the heat and bond on pillows?
So you can use, what is going to happen is I have fused the heat and bond to this felt, but then once I cut it, I'm going to turn it over and fuse it to my t-shirt. So if that's what you're asking, yes, this side is fusible too, and I am going to fuse this side to the t-shirt as well. Yeah, okay. So what I'm doing now is I am taking the transfer tape, maybe in a minute. Y'all, I love, if I can't get it off, my transfer tape off, I like to come in here and try to tear that paper backing. It saves my life. Saves my life. So I'm laying my transfer tape down before I add my felt to my mat, and then I'm just adding this onto the transfer tape. Now what this does is this will help you to save your Cricut fabric grip mats. So I love this. So now I'm just adding my felt onto my fabric grip mat with the heat and bond, or with the transfer tape facing down and the heat and bond facing up.
So you've got mat, transfer tape, felt, heat and bond.
Yes,
that's
in that order. In that order. So we have our mat on the bottom.
Megan wants a close-up of your nails.
Okay.
Listen, Lauren's nails always look good. Y'all have to see them every week.
There's a close-up of my nails.
We need to just start posting it on the Instagram. Lauren's nails for the week. Mine look the same as they did the beginning of August. They're still blue. I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes, Sherry, the stabilizer is to stiffen the shirt so that when you go and
embroider,
the t-shirt doesn't move. I'm just using, so we're just using the Caesar. Shout out to Caesar again.
Shout out to Caesar.
I feel like we're a brand video right now.
If It wasn't on purpose. We really,
it really
love Caesar.
wasn't. This is just their standard grip adhesive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We use it for everything.
Everything.
We use it for everything. It's my favorite.
Okay, I think I braid this down good enough.
Yes.
I think we're good. So now we're gonna hop back over to Design Space. This is where it is going to be important because remember, we are fusing the heat and bond that is facing up onto our t-shirt. So just like with heat transfer vinyl, we are going to have to mirror our text or mirror our image, okay? So we are mirroring our image because what we're gonna do, let's go overhead. We've mirrored our image because what we're gonna do is I'm going to take this off and then I will turn it this way so that this side of the heat and bond will fuse to our onesie. Does that make sense? I don't want to get you guys confused because it can be confusing. So back to Design Space, we have mirrored our text. We're going to click Done. Then all we have to do now is we are going to add our mat to our Cricut. We have our fine point blade here. Once again, we talked at the top of the show about how Cricut has a quote-unquote fabric bonded blade. Once again, guys, this is just it's just a fine point blade. It's a 45-degree angle fine point
And
blade.
I will sometimes like rig it because I like to use a rotary blade to cut felt.
I do like to use a rotary blade. Like if I had my choice, I would use a rotary blade to cut felt. I just like it.
Yeah, me too.
I wanted to make sure that our friends who have an Explore series was able to do this one as well. So that's why we are doing the bonded felt. So if you
Right.
have an Explore series, you can't use the adaptive tools. So these are, let's see, let's find one. Here's one. These are the adaptive tools, and this is the rotary blade. So these are only available to use if you have a Maker series. So this is why we did the bonded, so that you only have to use a fine point blade. Oh,
Because it'll still cut. I mean, it still cuts.
I take that back. Oh, we do have a pink blade that I have
obviously
never used.
never used. We should have used it today.
We should have.
What is it
Sorry,
doing?
guys, I lied to you. We do have a bonded fabric blade.
That's
I didn't know these
hilarious.
existed.
I know, and it's literally been
It's
in that.
literally right here.
That's
Literally. So I'm just using regular pressure.
Yes.
Just using regular pressure. Please look. Please
Is it
look.
red button of doom?
It's the red button of death.
This happens a lot with fabric, you all, and we're about to release a video on how to actually fix this, but you know what? Let's do some live troubleshooting.
Let's do some live troubleshooting. Okay.
This
So-
is particularly why I like to use the rotary blade.
This is particularly why she likes to use the rotary blade.
Even though you can do it with the fine point blade, so maybe we should try it with the pink. Maybe we should try the
Let's just try it.
Because we obviously never use it.
Right.
We never use that pink blade, so it's going to be like brand spanking new probably.
Yep.
Honestly, it's probably opened, used once, and then put in there and then never touched again.
We gonna do it. And I'm not sure why. Listen, we have issues out of this Cricut anyway.
Well, so we had a Maker 3 in here, and then it was broken, and we got it replaced, and then we're still having some issues out of it. I'm a Maker girl, ride or die. Maker through and through for me.
Yeah.
But the Maker, a lot of other people have good luck with the Maker 3s. I love the Maker, though. That's just my favorite
So
one.
we're going back over here. We're gonna try this again. And I literally, when I tell you guys, I literally just cut felt a while ago with my Maker series, like my original Maker. Not a problem.
We just cut it.
Not a problem.
Yeah, no issues. So we'll see. I think it'll do fine. I think the new blade will do fine. So maybe it's either the blade or the machine. Also, if you guys were at, I think it was our last live, I was talking about tech wrap and how I could not get it to cut. There's something wrong with my machine.
It was not her. It was
not the
housing.
vinyl. Yes,
it was the housing.
It was the housing. And so I have to get the housing fixed on my machine. But I'll also say it's hard to find a good transfer tape for tech wrap, and I think they want you to use their transfer tape because when you order the tech wrap vinyl, they like send it with transfer tape, if that makes sense.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna tape this down. Like we're gonna
Tape
make
down.
sure it is not
Y'all
going
know
nowhere.
we use the painter's tape like every day. I use the painter's tape every day. It's my favorite.
If
My favorite
I
crafting
ever
tool.
question if something is on my mat is going to move,
Tape it down.
tape it down.
Yeah,
I don't know why this did this. This kind of like really upsets me.
So did it move the fabric? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I think it moved the fabric. I've not had this issue, but we're gonna tape it down just to be on the safe side, y'all.
Did you use that tack of transfer tape underneath it earlier? Or did you use a different tack?
No, I used the Caesar. It was fine. No issues whatsoever.
Someone said if you weren't bonding the felt to anything, would you just use the transfer tape and felt? Yes. But the cut settings would be different because
Yes.
if it's not bonded to anything, you would just cut it under like a wool felt. I think it's a wool felt setting. And it may not use a fine point blade. It probably would have to use like a rotary blade, if I had to guess. I don't think I've cut felt not bonded.
If it's not bonded, you have to use a rotary blade, yes.
Yeah.
Let's pray to the Cricut gods.
Pray to the Cricut gods. I have trust issues.
Let's just pray to Jesus. Let's just straight up pray to Jesus, pray to God where this is going to work.
Oh my gosh.
The devil is messing with the church's money.
Yeah. That's what Tanner always says. A lot of people don't have issues with the Maker 3. I'm not being a hater. I just love my Maker. Like my specific machine I use, like I don't want to change my machine out. I want to use that one all the time. So, but customer service is super helpful, especially with Cricut. One time my machine messed up and they FaceTimed me, okay? They FaceTimed me to fix it. And then we couldn't fix it, so we sent it back and they sent us a new one, which was awesome. What's it doing? It didn't do it again?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Honky tonk.
Honky tonk, but donka donk.
Do you want me to go try to cut it outside?
No,
and you can
because
show them the
I think I know what the issue is.
Okay.
I seriously think it's this transfer tape because it's coming up off the transfer tape.
Oh, like it's not sticky enough.
Uh-huh.
You want me to, look, I've got a whole box of transfer tape right here.
Do we have a strong grip right there?
We show enough do.
We gonna do it again.
Well, I've got, no, I have the regular Cricut, which I know is really tacky. Do you want me to go get some strong grip though? Let me go get strong grip.
I mean, I used this transfer tape a while ago. I don't know that we have strong grip.
We had some, but we might have went through it. Do you want to show them how to do the embroidery portion and we can come back?
No, because this is important.
Very
you know what?
important.
We're just gonna do it on the mat. I don't like to do it on the mat, but we don't have any strong grip.
Yeah, okay,
transfer
that's
tape.
fine.
Okay, so I told y'all to use the transfer tape, and of course, when we go live, I have issues with the transfer tape. So if you do the transfer tape, use a strong grip, not what we just did. Like I said, I don't understand. I did this before, no issues.
The strong grip will just ensure that like it's definitely not coming up.
Yep. So I'm going to take my fabric scissors and I'm just going to cut this part off.
Cut it.
Cut it off.
You want to make sure whenever you're using like fabric and felt that everything is flat.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of thick anyways, especially when you're layering, like you've got the mat, you've got the transfer, you've got the bonded, and the fabric. It just needs to be, the brayer is really good for making sure everything's laid completely down flat.
Yeah.
And that, I think that will cause the issues. Like especially.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
That looks good.
That look good.
Good, good. Okay. Going back to this, we're going to edit our mat, make sure it's in the right spot.
Yeah, always go back to Design Space and check if you're like recutting the same thing. I feel like sometimes you got to make some adjustments.
Probably just wait for a minute. I need to edit.
Oh,
why is it doing this? Okay, we're going to go to cancel. We're going to go to yes. Okay, there we go. We're going to move her. Let's put Ruby right here in the middle. Maybe she'll work right there.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go to continue.
Diane says, I have no issues with you showing us what not to do.
Listen,
that's what we're here for, honestly.
Don't make sure that you use a strong grip. What I bet you money I used all of the strong grip transfer tape when I was doing my leather stuff.
We probably need to get some more.
Yeah. Okay, so felt. Going back to felt. felt, bonded.
So still the same cut settings.
Still the same cut settings. We are using our pink blade, our fabric blade, which I did it with a regular blade, just FYI, fine point. Mm-hmm. Works the same.
That's what you've used for all of it, haven't you?
Yes.
Sue said, I love my brayer. I love the brayer.
Listen.
Even just for like a regular, like I use it on paper projects. I use it for vinyl projects. I just love the brayer.
Yeah.
It's really on there. And sometimes if I use like a burnishing tool, it'll like scratch my vinyl and that bothers me. Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about? It leaves 100%. Little streak marks. I'm not about that. And if you guys need links for any of the products, everything is in the description. So like the Benzie felt, if you're looking for the Benzie felt, it is down beneath the video. We have links for all the stuff Lauren's using today.
Stop it. It's doing it again.
Oh no. Lorraine, yes. The regular fine point blade is the same as the pink blade. It's just pink, has a pink housing.
You know what we're gonna do?
What are you doing?
I'm just cutting it this way.
Okay. With the felt up.
Yeah, we're going to try it this way. See if this is the problem. I've always cut it with the felt facing down, so I don't.
You think maybe it's just getting caught up in that
I think it might just be this Cricut.
I'm not going to say you're wrong. So you don't need to mirror it now.
Now we're going to go back. So if you're having this issue, I always say cut it with the bonded side up.
Yeah, normally I do too. Like when I did the Stony Clover dupe video, I put the bonded side facing up and then mirrored my image. But now that you're not doing that, we won't.
Yeah. So let's try this again. Bray it down. Pray to Jesus.
It's like the more it messes up, the harder Lauren brays it down. She's like aggressively braying the felt down.
It's
like,
probably going to cut right there where the masking tape is. It's okay. We're going to edit our mat. Actually, we're going to click done, and then we're going to come back here and make it again. The mirror is off. We are going to pull Ruby to the, okay, so we've got, yeah, it's just gonna cut through this tape a little bit. We're gonna move our tape.
It's always good to check. Sue asked if we needed to calibrate our Cricut, and I don't think that's what the problem is right now. We may need to calibrate our Cricut though, but I think
the issue right now is honestly just this Cricut.
We just have had issues.
I hate that you all are seeing us mess up, but at the same time, I don't hate that you all are seeing us mess up. We are normal crafters too. Yeah. And we literally mess up every day.
Right. You guys, we do a lot of like trial and error, we'll say. Lots of trial and error.
Yeah. Okay. Once again, we're coming in here. And I'm pretty sure the name of this video is Master Cutting Felt with Your Cricut.
We love that for our journey.
We love that for ourselves. We love that for our journey. That is great. But you all know that sometimes it just doesn't work, and I don't know.
But you know what? We're going to be masters because we're going to know what not to do, is what I think. And honestly.
But what kills me is I cut this the first time, and it cut like butter. I had zero issues.
Is that rain? Yeah. That's why I'm looking at you weird.
That is rain.
It's waning. Yeah. The other ones, I don't ever remember you even having a problem at all.
No, because I didn't. Because I did not.
Is it doing it now? We need a drum roll. It's making me nervous.
It's cutting into the it is cutting into the tape, but that's okay.
It's fine. It'll still cut. It will cut. You guys are Glowforge fans, or not Glowforge?
No, Forged in Fire.
Forged in Fire.
It will cut.
We've been doing that all week. Okay, someone said this is good because I would have freaked out if it happened to me and I wouldn't know what to do. So here you go. Just start check. This is like being a parent. I feel like I have a checkbox in my head and I'm like, okay, that didn't work. Let's move to the next thing.
Okay.
That didn't work. Let's move to the next.
Okay, let's go overhead.
Did it do it?
Y'all.
Tell me.
You just look at this. Watch.
Tell me it did it.
Stop. It was perfect.
All right. Well, you heard
There
it
you
here.
go. You heard it
If you're
here.
using a Maker 3 and a fine point blade, just put the felt facing up. And then if you're using a Maker out there with a fine point blade bonded side up.
Listen, I think it's everybody's Cricut is going to be different.
It is, because I think we did a project recently and someone was like, I'm using your exact settings and it's still not doing it. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what else to do because that was like what my machine did. So don't be scared to play around.
I cut. Can they hear that?
Can y'all hear the rain? It is coming a downpour.
Okay. So there you have it. There we go.
She's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls.
Ruby's not. My baby is in 12 months and she's 9 months old. She's wearing 12 to 18 months.
So this is not going to fit her, and that's okay.
It's still cute.
We love it. So what we are going to do now, I'm going to get my tweezers, and I am actually going to pull this up. Now this is going to be the only issue with this is tacking this down. So the easiest way, you can push this down and it will stay a little bit. So that will stay. So we're just doing the middle part first. But once that stays a little bit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it inside out with my hand here so that it kind of stays in place. And then I'm just going to hit it from the back side too. Can they see that? Is that in focus?
It looks like you're in frame from over here.
We're hitting that from the back side so that heat and bond fuses. So then we're going to turn her back around. And then we're going to place our R. Now, if you wanted to use, you could use the, what am I trying to think of? Heat transfer tape.
Yeah.
I think it's just easier to do this. Just place your letters. And then we're just going to hit for just a second.
And it bonds really quickly.
Yeah. Remember, we're just hitting for a second because I don't want to lose the look of the felt completely, and then we're going to turn it inside out. Actually, that one didn't fuse. I didn't hit it long enough. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it.
So, okay, so a couple of people are saying, can you say the steps again? LaShonda, this will be on a replay, so if you want to go back and watch from the beginning, which I think we started, if you go back and rewatch it, we started crafting at about 15 minutes in, because we were doing an unboxing and all that.
Oh, I was about to say, how far are we in?
We are right at the hour mark, so you're fine, you're fine. But yeah, a lot of people loving the font.
So now we're flipping it. This Y didn't stay, but it's okay. We're gonna, right there. And then we've got it inside out. And then we're gonna hit it from the back.
Katrina said, each machine has its own personality, LOL. I use an industrial vinyl cutter at work, and she has her own name and has her days where she's sassy.
Don't we all? I have sassy
hilarious.
days too. It's okay. We're all good.
We should name our crickets. Why don't we name our crickets?
We do have a TikTok where I named all of the crickets.
Oh my gosh.
Did you forget about that?
Listen, y'all gotta go watch that TikTok immediately.
Okay.
Pull your phone up and watch it. It's hilarious.
I'm sweating now. It's all good.
We start sweating sometimes when crafts go wrong on live.
Yep. Okay.
It's just a part of it.
So now, here is going to be the important step for when you are doing embroidery on a t-shirt. Now you could stop right here. This is the step we're at. This is just Braden's. This is not Ruby's. So this is the step we're at. You technically could stop here. You could stop here.
And it's cute.
And it's super cute.
Yeah.
However, if you want to add the embroidery detail, like on Carson's, what we're gonna do is we are going to add a fabric stabilizer. Now this is a tearaway, so you fuse it with your mini press, and then once you're done, you tear it away. Now you can layer this. You can do multiple layers of this. You don't have to do just one layer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that it covers our whole name, covers the name Ruby. There are two sides to this. There's like a paper side, and then there's like you can tell what side is going to bond to your fabric. So you are going to do, it's kind of like the slick side. It doesn't feel like paper. And we are going to place it, and it's going, you can feel through this. It's going to cover up your name. You're going to take your mini press once again at a heat setting of 2, and we are going to bond this to the back of the onesie. Just
I didn't know that you could layer that. That's
yes,
cool.
you can. I'm actually going to add a second layer.
Oh.
Just to show you guys that you can add layers.
And so this isn't the kind that washes away.
No, so there is a water-soluble kind. However, the water-soluble kind is one that you have to pin in, and then you stitch through it. It's not, you don't fuse it. There may be a fusible.
Yeah.
Now, I have, let's go to camera 1. There is a video where I teach you how to add an embroidery design like using your Cricut pins. It is called Stick and Stitch. So it's
it just came out.
But it's not a stabilizer.
Okay.
It's more or less just a template for your design.
Yes, which that video is really cool. If you guys are getting into embroidery, go check that out.
Check that out. So we'll go back to camera 2, go overhead. So here I'm adding the second layer.
Okay, and so you don't peel it off. You just iron it on, and then put on another layer.
Iron it on.
Oh.
And you leave it on there. And so it makes this fabric so it doesn't move, okay?
Okay.
So there's that, and then I'm gonna place this to the side, and I already have some of the stabilizer on the back of this one for braiding. What you're gonna do then, you're gonna take your embroidery hoop. What I've done is I've taken the inside of the embroidery hoop, put it up through the onesie, and then taken the outside, unscrewed it, stretched it over the top. Okay, so what I have done here is I have threaded my needle, and I can just show you guys how I like to start. We'll do that real quick, and I'll show you with this one. So I've just taken my thread, cut that. What I'm going to do before I thread my needle, I will add about 3 knots in it. You can do 2 or 3, whatever makes you comfortable. 1 I just don't feel like is enough. So we'll add 2 knots in the bottom of our thread.
So if you just did 1, it would just like go right up through your fabric once you sew it in, especially if you're using a bigger needle. So you don't want to use a needle bigger than your thread, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So I just pull down until I reach where I've knotted that first one, kind of pull it through, and then pull it tight. Now, what I like to do, this is the lifesaver. Used to, I would, you know how old school, just lick my thread and try my best to get it through there. This is so much easier to me. You stick your needle threader through the eye of your needle, put your embroidery thread through that in a minute.
I'm watching this very intently. I always lick it and put it through.
And then move this back and forth.
Oh.
And that's it.
Oh, that's magic.
And then we have started our thread.
Cool.
Now, as you can see, I have already started on this one. So what you do is you're going to come up through the bottom and then back down at point A. So look, coming up through the bottom at point A, right here, coming up through point A, down through point B. Here we have come up through point C, back into point B. So I'll show you guys here. So this is just called a back stitch. This is a very simple back stitch. And this one is one you can back stitch through the exact same hole, or you can back stitch if you're filling in. Some people will back stitch in about the middle. That's more like a brick stitch, I guess you could do it that way. So what we're doing is we're coming, which I'm trying to show you guys and then see it as well. So coming up, can you see that? Can they see that? up through this point. So we're going to call this point, we went A, B, C. We're going to call that one D. We're coming up through point D. I'm using they asked me what kind of thread I'm using. I'm just using the DMC thread. This is the 8mm, yes, the 8mm, I think. Anyway, I'm using all strands. I did not split these strands. I'm using all strands. You can split these strands, but I'm using them all. So up through point B, we're going to pull that tight, and then we're going to go back down through point C. So I'm just going back down in through that hole right there, and then pulling it through.
Well.
And then once again, and I'm really trying to see, guys, and show you guys so you can see. So we're going back up. You're going to want to try to keep it in the middle of your letters as best as possible.
Megan's plugging. Megan is plugging our Maker University, and I am here for it.
Yes. Yeah, this is a committed relationship with an embroidery machine would be great. So we're coming up, and then once again, back down through the hole, going to back stitch it in here, and then pulling it through.
So easy.
And then you're just going to continue that. You are going to continue that through the whole name. Now, there may be some instances where you may have to get creative, like this, the hook of this B, for example. You may have to come back down in here. You can then cut it and tie it off if you want to. If you don't want a lot of threads going every which way, I would probably come back down on this, knot that and tie it off, and then start back up here and come through right here, knot it, tie it off, and then where this connects, you can just go through the whole thing. Well, I might knot it and tie it off at the Y. But once again, up, and then you're going to back stitch through that hole and then pull it down and then finish it out. And I'm just going to be real honest. We'll go to one. We're not going to do this whole thing on the live. Because it would take me a while. And
someone say this is very satisfying to watch, which I agree. I was I got my mouth open over here watching you sew, which I think that embroidery is relaxing in itself.
It is such a relaxing thing to do, especially of the evenings, which I'm the type of person, I go back and forth on. Let's just come sit down and chat for a minute.
Yeah, here, let me move my stuff over.
I love embroidering. It's one of those things where of the evenings, it's something that I can just mindlessly do.
Yeah,
it's a mindless activity.
You can just kind of get it set up and start.
That's a good question. How do you tie it off? Well, let me just go show you how to tie it off.
Show us, please.
I needed to show you how to tie it off.
Yes.
So, once you are ready to tie it off, we're going to try to flip this inside out really quick.
And if y'all are curious about really getting into embroidery and you're wanting to kind of like up your crafting game, the Maker University is a great place to go for that, because Lauren does a very in-depth detail on embroidery and like all the stitches. How many did you have?
Not all the stitches. Listen, it was like 12 There are so many stitches. I think I covered 10 or 12.
There was a lot. And the project's really cute. It's a rainbow.
Yes.
It's very cute.
Super cute.
Yeah.
So, how to tie this off. I feel like everybody has their own way of tying things off. This is how I do it. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to come back through. So, I know you all probably can't see. I'm trying my best. So, my thread was on this side of my stitch, so I'm going to come over my stitch back through this bottom portion. You see how I'm doing that there? Back through there, and then I'm literally bringing it around and pulling it through that loop and just knotting it. Which that was a little, that's pretty loose. That's a loose knot. I would do it tighter than that. So we're just going to come back through here. Make sure your embroidery is tight before you knot it, before you tie it off, because you can have issues if it's not. I don't know why this messed up. So we're going to pull this and then pull it down and pull it tight right there. And then you cut that off. And
so
that's
can
how
you
knot
hand
it
wash
off.
it with the, like with that stabilizer? I'm assuming you can wash it with
Okay,
stabilizer.
so what you do with the stabilizer is once you are done, this literally tears away. So you just tear it away.
Oh,
and you're
okay,
done.
cool.
Yeah. So this is not, you'll tear this stabilizer off once you have finished.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the tear away kind. So you're gonna tear it all off, it will come off, and then you just wash it. This is just to help keep your fabric so it doesn't, you see how this part right here, when I stretch it this way, it doesn't move, but this is still like super stretchy.
Yeah.
This is what the stabilizer does. It keeps it from moving.
Love that.
Okay. So we had somebody ask, where would a good starting place be? A good starting place to learn if you've never done embroidery before. So, like we said, we have a embroidery course that is part of our Maker U. This is, if you have never done embroidery before, I would for sure start with a canvas material.
Yes.
Start with the canvas material.
Something sturdy.
Very sturdy.
Yeah.
With your embroidery hoop, I would start out with a larger hoop so that you have more room to work with than a smaller hoop.
Yeah. Even if you're doing a small area,
Yeah.
the bigger hoop gives you a lot more room to like, there's not.
Yeah.
Gives you a lot more room to like wiggle, I guess.
And then I would start off learning my basic stitches, your back stitch, your chain stitch, your stem stitch. If you wanted to do Lazy Daisy is a really easy, super cute way to add a flower, like a floral detail to something. And French knots would be probably the ones that I would start out with.
Yeah.
Woven wheel would be next. That's more like your roses, like your rosette kind of things. But for sure, back stitch, chain stitch, stem stitch, Lazy Daisy, and a French knot. You can pretty much do almost anything with those.
Okay, cool.
That's just my opinion.
Diane's asking, how does the felt hold up to washing, or is it hand wash only?
I haven't washed that onesie yet.
We say handmade equals hand wash. I don't throw anything handmade in the washing machine unless we're testing it.
Well, but the good thing about that felt is that it is heat bonded, so it's got heat and bond on it, which is adhered to the onesie. But if you also add the detail, like the embroidery detail, it's going to hold up a lot better.
Yeah.
Now, if you just have heat and bond, I don't know how well it would hold up because I've not washed it.
Right.
But I washed the embroidery video where I did the embroidery detail on the jeans. I wash and wear those jeans all the time and have not had any issues.
It might be good to wash and hang dry.
I would definitely hang dry. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Don't
put it
throw
in
in the washer. So.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, a dryer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Does anyone else have any more questions?
Yeah. Everybody was very into this, so we've got 149 people, which is awesome. So.
Embroidery machine versus hand embroidery, cons and pros. Obviously, your embroidery machine is going to be faster.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've only ever used an embroidery machine about 4 times in my life.
I've never even used one, and I used to sew all the time.
The very first time I used it was at 4-H camp.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
able to use an embroidery machine, and I loved it. And I used one a couple times after that. But I don't know. Like, I think that's a personal preference.
It is.
I really think that's a personal preference. Like, if you have the money to get an embroidery machine, I say go for it.
Yeah, if you're going to do it a lot.
There's some things like this, I don't think you'd be able to do it on an embroidery machine. Adding
know.
that hand stitch detail.
Yeah, I like the embroidery, the hand embroidery I love because I like how it looks.
Yeah.
Like opposed to like an embroidered project. Someone said they use flour sack dishcloths to practice on. That's a good fabric.
One.
And you can buy those in bulk at Walmart even.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
So. Yeah, if you guys have any other questions, like not regarding embroidery, you can always email hi@makersgonnalearn.com and we can answer it there, and we answer those directly.
Yeah.
So just send those questions there and we'll try to answer them as quick as we can.
And if you still want to join our community, today and tomorrow are the last days that we are offering the half off your first month of monthly membership. It's $9.99 to get started with us at Makers Gonna Learn. and then $19.99 after that. Now, we will not be here. We'll be back on Thursday.
We won't be here to remind you to sign up if you haven't signed up tomorrow.
We won't be here to remind you that tomorrow's the last day is what I'm getting at. However, we will be back with our spooky set.
It's going to be
some surprises.
Yes.
I'm so excited for all the surprises for the 13 days of
Halloween. We even have a cool intro, so there's that.
We have an awesome intro. And after this is over, we're going to start decorating the studio, making it spooky.
I'm so excited.
We might have a prize spinning wheel.
We might.
We might have a prize spinning wheel.
And some cool prizes,
where you might get tricked or treat.
Yes. We're very excited. There's going to be lots of fun, interesting things we're doing for the Halloween. So I'm excited. But yeah, I guess we'll see you guys on Thursday.
Sounds good. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.